Hello, good evening. Hello guys, a pleasant evening. To formally start the webinar, let me introduce myself. I'm Jace and I'll be your presenter for today. We also have our student admin and external communication from Campus Spain. Buenas noches, Señorita Alba. Say hi if you are there.
Hello, thank you so much for inviting me.
So let's start. Study in Spain webinar by Anicon Travel Consultancy. Before we begin, we have webinar etiquettes. First is, keep yourself muted unless speaking. Be polite. If you wish to speak or have any points to raise your hand. The facilitator will recognize you and allow you to speak. And always switch on the video. Study in Europe. About us. We are Anicon Travel Consultancy or ATC. Since 2012, ATC is an education tourism company which aims to unite the world through global education and elevate the Filipino academic status worldwide. We work with the multiple schools and destinations to give you the best possible options to your study abroad plans. We have our business address, Unit 1627, 16th floor, City and Land Mega Plaza, Topaz Road, Ortigas, Pasig City. ATC brands, we have 3 brands. ATC Education Marketing Asia with South Korea and Japan. ATC Education Marketing Europe. We have Spain, Finland, and Italy. And ATC Education Canada for Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. Here's the proof of our business. So who can study in Europe? So bachelor's degree holder, K-12 graduate, and proof that you have enough money for your tuition fees and living expenses. Benefits of studying in Europe. So you can have 1-year job-seeking visa given after study of higher education programs, longer part-time hours, immigration opportunities advantage for Filipinos being former Spanish colony, PR after 3 years of working visa. Explore Europe with Schengen visa, and also you can learn Spanish language. As your partner agent, we will assist and support you in achieving your goals of studying, working, and living in Europe. We'll help you choose the right course. We will place you in the right college or university that you prepare with low tuition fees and accommodations. We'll help you understand the requirements. We can refer you to a good and accredited Spanish test center to take your language proficiency exam. So once again, I'm Jace. Thank you for listening. I'll pass the floor to Ms. Cams.
Okay, thank you so much, Jay. So that's Jay, our marketing officer. And hi, everyone. Welcome to ATC. My name is Kams, and I'm the business development for ATC Asia and Europe. And thank you for joining us tonight. And we have here a student admission and external communications from Campus Spain. She will be the one who will discuss all the details about studying at the University of Vigo and Campus Spain. Everyone, please meet Miss Alba Sales. Hi, ma'am. I'm Alba. You may start.
Hello again. Thank you so much for inviting me. And that was actually a very nice introduction that Jace did. You've actually explained already a few things that I'm going to mention, so that's great. And I will now share a presentation. So can you confirm that you can see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So, as you have said, I will be talking about Campus Spain, but I think before that, I will actually be talking about Spain in general. So I think that's a very important aspect to really present the country to everyone that is interested. So, in this presentation, I will be talking first about Spain, then about the Spanish university system so that you really understand what it is about. And I will talk about Campus Spain, the program that we offer, and everything that we do to help the students that are interested to study abroad in Spain. And at the end, we will obviously have a questions section so that anyone can ask any doubts, make any comments, and I will be happy to answer anything. So first, since we have a lot of people here already, I want to start with a little exercise. Because I want to make you fall in love with Spain, I also want to know what you already know. So I want everyone here to think of something that comes to mind when they think of Spain. Some of you will probably have thought about the food, sports, the amazing beaches that we have, and of course, spending holidays abroad here in Spain because we also have amazing weather. And all of you would actually be very much correct. So let me give you a few numbers to really explain as a whole in a very summarized way Spain. So regarding the culture, Spain is actually the safest country in Europe, and we are number 2 in the UNESCO World Heritage. We are also very happy to be in the top 8 and top 14 of the most tolerant countries and the best reputation. In terms of society, Spain is number 1 with solid democracy in Europe. Number 2 in life expectancy. We actually have one of the best healthcare systems in the world, with it being obviously subsidized by the government and being public healthcare. We have top quality, and we also are in the top 16 of social progress. Now, something else that a lot of students worry about is our economy and our workforce. So regarding that, Spain is actually in the top 3 of market value, and we are in the top 10 of economic freedom. This obviously means that a lot of companies that were actually founded in Spain have reached a worldwide level. So for example, you may know of Zara, Bershka, Balenciaga, some of our most important, amazing football teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, and the one that we have in Vigo, which is also part of the Premier League, Celta de Vigo. And of course, amazing companies regarding transport, finance, and food. And some of these, a few of our students have actually become employers of these companies. So that's also something to look forward to. Regarding the language, well, I don't really need to say anything, but a part of being one of the easiest languages to learn, people in Philippines really have an advantage because our language is very similar to, for example, Tagalog. So that should be really easy and something that US students will not have to worry about. And also it is the second most important language in the world, so it's always a good reason to learn the language. We are the official language of 21 countries, and we are spoken by more than 500 million people. In this map, you can see some areas highlighted. These are all of the countries that you will have access to if you learn Spanish. So that's also something to look forward to if your passion is travel. And of course, Spain in the recent years has been undergoing a massive boom in their cultural reach. We have a lot of very famous actors, TV shows that are being produced by Netflix. And of course, we also are really popular with sports. You are probably very familiar with our football teams, but also in like swimming and athletics, also like Formula One, right? And tennis, we always excel, and we have a lot of really fun celebrations and festivals. Now, obviously, we as Campus Spain are an education institution, not really an institution. We don't like to think of ourselves as an institution because we have a really close connection to all of our students. But because of that, we also need to explain a little bit about the university system in Spain so that you become really familiar with how it works. Spain has a very long-standing tradition regarding education and also higher education. Our first university was founded in the 11th century, and it has been growing ever since. We have over 70 universities, public and private. Regarding public universities, you can see in this map just how many we have, and also private universities. And the good thing about Campus Spain is that we collaborate with all of them. So all of our students, after they finish our program, will be eligible to enter all of the universities in Spain. Education in Spain is among the highest ranking everywhere. So as you can see, we are always in the top 300, top 200, top 50 everywhere. And also, if you're looking for specific studies, you can see that we excel in, for example, business, marketing, civil engineering, but also in less sciencey majors. So like sports, agriculture, food. So really anything is covered. One of the things that I also really like to highlight is that we are in the top 100 of growth, top 50 of quality education, and we are also in the top 200 of young university ranking, which are rankings that are very much important worldwide. And of course, this amazing educational system that we have is reflected in the excellence of the people that finish their studies in Spain. Here are some of the people that I really like to highlight. For example, Pablo Alvarez and Sara Garcia from the University of León have been selected by NASA to become future astronauts. Pilar Manchon from the University of Seville is the head of linguistic strategy for Google AI. And also, Juan Massaguer from the University of Barcelona has been developing the first cancer treatment for metastasis. And Javier Olivan, the CCEO of Meta, like Facebook and Instagram, for example. These are amazing people that all graduated from Spanish universities. Of course, some of our students, being international, they first start looking for studies abroad, being taught in English, and also by private universities. This means, of course, that those studies will not only be more expensive, but in actuality, a lot of their classes are not really being given in English, but they end up having some classes in Spanish as well. The thing is that with Campus Spain and learning Spanish, you will be having access to public state universities in Spain. This means that, yes, your classes will be given in Spanish, but you will also benefit from subsidized tuition fees. So you can pay as low as 900 euros a year, which in contrast with, for example, 10,000 is really a lot better. And the thing is, we do really like to highlight that even though the classes are being given in Spanish, a lot of places offer a few subjects also given in English. They are very internationally friendly. And even those classes that are given in Spanish, teachers do have English ready materials so that international students that may have a little bit of a difficulty can also look at these materials and compare them with their Spanish notes and really have no problem understanding the subject. But of course, if you do come to Campus Spain and do our Spanish program, you really wouldn't have any problem understanding your classes. In this map, you can see regarding the subsidized tuition fees that there are different levels of the percentage that the government subsidizes. For example, in Madrid and Barcelona, obviously being very popular for international students, the government subsidizes a less percentage because they have a lot of people there. But in other places, for example, Galicia at the top left or Andalusia at the bottom, the percentage is higher and therefore more affordable. The good thing with Campus Spain is that because you have access to all of the universities, you also have the freedom to choose where you want to conduct your studies. Also, another benefit of the Spanish university system is that we are part of the Schengen area. As Jace has explained before, being part of the Schengen area means that the students can travel around Europe, all the countries that are part of the Schengen area, without having to apply to another visa. Your student Spanish visa will be enough to move around. And so you will be able to visit all of these amazing places. Another benefit of the university system is that a lot of students opt to go for an Erasmus year abroad. This means that along your bachelor's degree or your master's degree, you can do 1 year at another institution in another country, and that will still be part of your bachelor's degree. So you can do 1 whole year in another different place. You can choose between 2,000 institutions in 31 countries. So that's really great. And also, once you finish your degree, your diploma will be immediately recognized and valid by all of the countries in the European higher area of education. This means not only that it will be valid, but you will also be able to find work there. And if you are also interested, some universities also offer joint study programs. So you can have a diploma that has been conducted and produced by 2 different universities in 2 different countries. How can an international student get access to Spanish university? Well, the good thing is that you don't really need to go through an admission test or an admission exam. With Campus Spain, you will only need a Spanish language certificate, your high school diploma, and the transcripts of your grades from the previous 3 years of high school. So it's really very accessible. Of course, Campus Spain will help you even more with the process. We believe that the great aim of education is not knowledge, but action. And we want you to really pursue the best opportunities for your education. This means that before you start your university studies, with Campus Spain, you can do 1 year of preparation to enter university. What does this include? I am referring here to the Spanish LCA program, which has 3 main blocks. We have language, culture, and adaptation to university. Language means that the Spanish LCA program is really focused on you learning Spanish. You will have an intensive course delivered by the State Public University of Vigo, really on campus with university teachers learning Spanish. Culture refers to the different activities that we also offer our students. We believe this will enrich your learning experience because you will have first-hand contact with the language. And adaptation to university, because our academic team will help you constantly throughout the months that you will be doing this Spanish LCA program to kind of create a list of the universities that you want to apply for, but also counsel you in what are the best options for you. What are you looking for? We analyze your wants and needs and offer you the best choices. So in this slide, you can see some of the places that our students have been to during the program. We offer, for example, visits to theaters, museums, also, for example, football stadiums. And one of my favorite activities is a boat ride in the Atlantic Ocean to go see an island that is very close to Vigo and has wonderful views. The program is carried out at the city of Vigo with a population of 300,000. So really, it is a city, but it's not overwhelming. So you can really hang around and not be, bothered by a lot of people. But another good thing is that we have a really good university life. There are around 22,000 university students, so you will be surrounded with people of your age constantly. You can also see on the bottom right corner a map of Spain indicated where Vigo is located. So we are in the northwest of Spain, really close to the border with Portugal. So something that a lot of our students do is they take their weekend and just go 20 minutes across the border to Portugal and spend the weekend there having fun, exploring a different country, and then they are back on Monday with their classes again. And it's really, really amazing. So what does the Spanish LCA admission process, arrival, and duration look like for the students? Well, before your arrival, we will go through an admission process. We will help you with visa application and any other documents. We will make sure to provide medical, private insurance. We help you with the accommodation search because at Campus Spain, we have a collaboration with different places. And we also help you with the journey. Once you arrive, we will pick you up at the airport, give you a little welcome pack, which includes, for example, your SIM card, so that you can have access to the internet and call your parents as soon as you arrive to tell them that you are fine. And we help you with the bank account, right? You need to have a Spanish bank account. And during your stay, the person that actually picks you up at the airport is our 24/7 emergency contact. This is something that we really like to offer our students because during those first months where your Spanish may not be perfect, it is really important to have someone there that accompanies you. So this person will, for example, help you with going to the doctors for your first visit or for emergencies, talking to, for example, your landlady. This is also very important. And really, any emergency, this person will always be there to answer you. We also offer academic orientation, homologation of any other, for example, education diplomas that you have. We help you with the university application. And as I said before, our academic team has constant meetings like every 2 weeks with the students to help them get to know them better and have the best choices and opportunities for them. So let's talk about the tuition fees. A lot of people really, really want to know about this first, but we like to leave it for the end because really everything else is more so the important and more exciting stuff. But let's talk about it. The Spanish LCA program has a tuition fees of 7,900 euros. This might seem like a lot, but we like to think of this more as an investment. You put your money and time into a preparatory year that will then change into savings for the rest 4 or 6 years. So when you do the Spanish LCA, you can spend as less as 900 euros every year for your higher education. So it really, really pays off. Of course, it also pays off the fact that the cost of living in Spain is also very cheap compared to other countries like France or the USA, which students looking for studies abroad may have also considered. For example, things as common as the food can be really, really affordable, less than €1 for rice, €1.60 for eggs. And of course, also transportation and accommodation are very affordable as well. And of course, the education, everything that we've been talking about is also very, very cheap compared to other places. And the thing that I want to highlight actually is that education in Spain compared to other countries is still cheaper, but really, really good quality because we follow European standards. So you have nothing to worry about. So the Spanish LCA program has two different intakes. We have the annual intake and the semester intake. What are the differences? We like to recommend the annual intake because it lasts 10 months from September to June, and you have the same amount of hours as the semester intake, 750. However, in the semester intake, you have the same amount of hours for only 6 months, from January to June. So really, even though the experience of the language learning is the same, we believe that the annual intake is better for students because they also have a lot more free time to really explore the city, immerse in the culture, and also a little bit less pressure with their studies, right? I also want to highlight here that out of the 750 hours of the course, 70% of the hours are related to the language learning in the classroom and 30% to the cultural activities that I talked about before. And usually our students spend for the annual intake around 4 to 5 hours a day in the classroom. And then we have a lot of activities almost every week, really. So what is the admission process like? If you are really eager to apply, I encourage you to start talking to us today or on Monday first thing. But really, the admission process that you will be expecting to experience starts with an application form and a copy of your passport. With this, we can actually start the official application process. After that, we will ask you for some academic documents, for example, your high school diploma and the transcripts of your grades. With that, we will invite you to an interview where we will assess if you are a good fit for the program. And then we will communicate our decision to the University of Vigo, and they will actually be the ones writing your offer letter, which we will then send to you so that you can check it and sign it and be like, yes, I am in. With that, we will also send you all the documents that you will need to sign, and that will allow you to finally pay the reservation fee. The reservation payment is 1,500 euros. This amount is obviously deducted from the total tuition fees. So after this, you will only have to send over 6,400. And the final step will be the visa application. So let's focus on that. I know a lot of people worry about this. For the visa application, we will prepare your admission letter from the University of Vigo, the invitation letter from Campus Spain, the fee confirmation. We will give you the study program, the accommodation certificate, and your medical private insurance certificate. We will prepare those documents to go to the visa application. So the student will then need to prepare a police clearance certificate. This means your NPI clearance, also a medical certificate, and your original bank statements. So let me get into a little bit more depth about this. Our team will help you to prepare these documents. We will give you all the indications necessary so that you can get the documents and then present them at the consulate in Manila. So, with these documents and the ones that we prepare, your visa application should be going smoothly. But also, regarding the bank statements, what does this mean? To get your visa application approved, you need to demonstrate that you have the necessary funding to come to Spain and live comfortably. This means around 14,000 dollars approximately, right? And then you will also need to present bank statements from the previous 6 months to show that this money can be sustained because you have a stable income. We recommend students, obviously, that they choose their parents as sponsors to show this documentation, and that makes the process a lot easier. So now, this is all the information. I know this is a lot and that you still have to process it, but I want to encourage you before the questions to write down my contact information, my email, my WhatsApp number. So after this webinar, you can contact me and I will help you with any other questions or doubts or comments that may arise after this meeting. But now I have finished talking. So let's get into the questions. I want to know if anyone has any comments, any doubts, any questions, and I will answer them for you. Thank you.
Ma'am Alba, I will discuss the package costs with ATC and Campus Spain.
Sorry?
I will discuss the package costs, ma'am, from ATC and Campus Spain.
Okay.
Okay. Jace, please share the screen. This will be the package cost. Okay. The first payment is 25,000 pesos, the initial reservation. This is the first payment with signed contract with ATC before we start your application. And then the second payment is service fee of 50,000 pesos. After we submit your requirements in Campus Spain, and then we would start your visa requirements. And then the third payment is processing fee of 40,000 payment before we submit your visa requirements in embassy. And then the tuition fee deposit of 1,500 euros. Again, the amount will vary depending on school and program. So the total is around 205,000 pesos. Again, this is a minimum investment, and then it still depends on your program. And then airfare, accommodation, emergency funds, and pocket money are not included. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this is one of our students in Europe. Okay, Sarah Joy, we have in University of Milan last fall 2022. And then we have here Alpi from Southern Eastern Finland University for Applied Sciences fall 2022. And then we are hoping and planning to add more students in campus Spain here. So next. So now we're open for Q&A. So if you have any questions, you can unmute your mic or type all of your questions in chat box. Thank you. Everyone, please ask questions. Okay, we have here Mariko. Is there an application waiver?
By application waiver, do you mean a document that you will need to sign and send back to us? I understand. So if you want to start your admission process, you will first need to contact us. We will give you some more information that you need. And then we will send over the application document that you will need to sign and send back to us. And with that, we can already start working. Yes, Judy. So you're asking if it's possible to take the language course and then study a master's right after. Yes, of course. We have students that have done their bachelor's degree in the Philippines, take the language course, the Spanish LCA program, and then get into a master's. That's totally okay. The only thing is, if you want to get into a master's, the thing that we ask for is you have to do the Spanish LCA program, provide us again with a copy of your passport and the application form. And we will also need still your high school diploma and marks. And you will need to demonstrate that you have done a bachelor's degree of 3 years, because that is the standard in Europe. You're welcome.
Everyone, questions? Sorry.
Yeah, Judy also asked, can I work while doing the LCA? Yes, actually, I forgot to mention, indeed, that with your student Spanish visa, you are allowed to work around 30 hours a week. So this is a part-time job, and you can use that to, have a little bit more funding background. So that would be nice. Yeah, we really encourage our students not only to work during the Spanish LCA, but once they start their university studies, we also encourage them to look for jobs like, for example, internships, because that can then turn into an actual job that they maintain throughout the years. Is it allowed to bring a spouse or partner? Campus Spain only works directly with our students, and in fact, we recommend, for the sake of the visa application, that our students don't mention this, because the visa application process really looks for students that are mostly focused on their university studies. So you will need to demonstrate that your main focus is university. If you have any other questions regarding this, I encourage you to write me an email and we can get into more depth. How many years does it take for one to finish master's? So the average in Europe and in Spain is for masters to have a duration of 1 to 2 years. Some masters last 2 years, some others last 1. So you can really choose the one that best suits you. Does it lead to permanent residency? So let me get into that a little bit. So students that come to Spain with a student visa can stay during the Spanish LCA course. When the Spanish LCA course ends, they have 90 days to present their acceptance into a Spanish university. During the Spanish university, of course, there is no problem. And once you finish your university studies, you have 1 year to find a job. Once you get a job and you maintain it, there is no limit to how long you can stay. There is no stay back period. So as long as you're working, you can stay as long as you want. How much do students earn monthly on the average? So I would really need to contact my accountant team regarding this question. But for 30 hours a week of part-time job, you will have a considerable amount to really pay for everything that you need. So you shouldn't really worry about. You can write to me via email or WhatsApp with this question, and I will get back to you with the response of our accounting team.
Yeah, any questions? Yeah, Miss Marigo.
Yes, do you have an age limit? We recommend that students looking to study abroad are under the age of 28. This is not something that we have set, but it's mostly regarding the visa application, because students that are over 28 have a lot more difficulties getting their visa application approved. So we work usually with students 28 or under. And also regarding this, I would like to mention that students around the age of 21, for example, 18, 19, have it really easy with the visa application. And the older people are, or the closer they get to the age of 28, it's not really that they would have it more difficult, but they will need to present more requirements with the visa application. So for example, the bank statements, you will need to demonstrate, for example, a higher amount. You're welcome. Judy, since I'm in my 30s, do you recommend I'd rather apply for masters? I encourage you, if you want to discuss your specifics, you can write to me via email and we can really talk more in depth about this. But yeah, please go ahead and write to me and I will give you a more specific and detailed answer. You know, don't want to discuss your personal information in front of a lot of people. Joel asks, how about applicants for master's degree? Is there an age limit? Is IELTS is needed? So for master's degree, we have the same age, really, 28. Again, not because we have established that age, but regarding the visa application. But yeah, 28 is the limit in general. April de Torres asks, is IELTS needed? So I'm actually not sure what IELTS means. So I think my colleague Gosia is here present, so I will actually derive that question to her if she can answer it. Yes, Gosia? You're muted right now. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon in the Philippines. Good morning from Spain. IELTS, GMAT, and TOEFL are not required. Don't worry about that. You will be only expected to show your Spanish language certificate to enter your degree or master. So no specific certificate is needed proving you have any prior level of English, although of course you all guys speak English very well. But don't worry, you don't have to sit for any additional examination like IELTS.
Thank you so much, Gosia. You're welcome. Scholarship. So the thing with scholarships is that with the Spanish LCA course, you already gain access to public universities in Spain. So this means, again, the subsidized tuition fees will cover 90% of your tuition. So that already kind of counts as a scholarship. Aside from that, students have access to scholarships like the Erasmus program to travel abroad, and other study abroad programs. But again, the really benefit and the key point about Spain is that students don't really need scholarships because of the subsidized tuition fees. So that's a really good point. Lastly, do you have an airport pickup? Of course, we have a 24/7 emergency contact, and this person is actually the one that picks all of our students from the airport and will accompany them to their accommodation, show them around the city, for example, so they really get that first immersion done by someone that is in contact with them and knows the city. We really prioritize that. So yes, we do have an airport pickup. You're welcome. Any other questions? I understand that I gave a lot of information, so it might actually be difficult to come up with questions right now. So that's why I really, really encourage you to write me over email or WhatsApp. If maybe like an hour later or tomorrow you come up with a question or a comment, you can reach me at any time.
Miss Alba, I think no more questions. So again, questions, everyone? No more. Okay, Jace.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please share the screen. Again, thank you so much. I think I know my questions. So if you have any concerns or questions, you may send us a message here in our Facebook page, ATC Education Marketing Europe, and to our Gmail, etcedueurope@gmail.com, and to our WhatsApp number, +63 905 527 4254. And we will guide and assist you in your documents in admission and visa requirements until you graduate. We ATC Europe and Campus Spain will assist you. Okay, again, thank you for joining us. Okay, thank you, Miss Alba. Thank you, Miss Garcia, and thank you, Jace. So, good night, everyone from the Philippines. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.